but there is a sign that scares me. The tide is going out, so right now it is like sucking all the water out that way, so the current is really strong right here. It's casting a huge shadow, like 40 foot. You ready to get this thing in the water? This is going to be our third attempt of searching for Demetria Watson. Now, we have come to the very neighborhood she lived at, and we're going to start from here because we know she left her house. She's on camera leaving her house. We don't know where she was going, but we do know where she worked. So we're taking Hinesville completely out of this equation, not discrediting anybody because she was seen on camera in Hinesville. Her car last pinged in Hinesville. Now, we've done a ton of searching in Hinesville, haven't found anything. So now we're just gonna take Hinesville out of the equation, okay? We're gonna focus on where she lived, and we're just gonna start spiraling around and hitting all the bodies of water that make sense. Starting with this body of water right here. This is actually in her neighborhood. You look over here, this is her neighborhood, right? You look over here, body of water, totally accessible by the road. Who's to say for some unknown reason she ended up out here? Essentially, we are running out of places to look. That's why we're going to start doing this. We're going to start searching a lot more closer to where she lived. We're going to circle our way out until we exhaust all these spots because it's been long enough. We need to find her. If she's in the area, we're going to find her. And that's all there is to it. So I got Adam Brown with me, as always, Adam Brown Adventures, and he has got himself a new toy, essentially. This is what did you do?
So for a while now, I've been wanting to have a way to search these small ponds easier. You know, it's very difficult dragging a big boat and a big motor. A lot of times it can cause a big stink. So I designed this remote control RC boat, and it's all controlled by this controller here, and it's got two thrusters on the back, and I actually have my big sonar in here, and the cool thing is it wirelessly transmits the HDMI signal coming from the sonar to the screen, so we can watch whatever we're scanning in real time. And it took a minute to figure out, but this is kind of the cheapest option. This is Mach 1, I'm calling it.
This is version 1.0.
It's going to be about half the size when it's in aluminum. It's going to be crazier and more stealth. This works, and I've been scanning a lot with it, checking areas, so I'm excited to use this. I think it's going to be a great tool for us.
Neat. This tool is going to help us clear bodies of water that are smaller like these ponds a lot faster than trying to get a boat in it. For instance, this pond doesn't have a boat ramp. We'd have to do the inflatable. It takes time to inflate everything. Big, huge pain in the butt. So this thing's going to help us out. How are we doing?
Back over here.
So are you also recording this?
I am, yeah.
So we don't have to just do this all the time. We can actually show them what we're looking at.
Turn back and go down this way. But I think it would be right here if she's on this side after.
Pretty darn confident. Nothing in this pond. It's like 6-7 feet. But man, what do you even call this thing?
I don't know.
It needs a name. The OB orange boat.
Orange.
Stick my fingers in there. I think it hurt. Ah! Second spot. This is a pretty large body of water. Not too far from her house either. So, well, we could, but there is a sign that scares me. That's a government sign. Be a lot more inclined to explain an RC boat versus a real boat.
Yeah, I kind of agree. We can argue this is a good secluded area, you know.
I mean, technically we could put the boat in, but you want to put the big boat?
What do those signs say?
One says gators, one says you need permission from Stewart to be just to be here. So I don't know how that goes.
I don't know, man. I mean,
it's not gated. I mean, somebody could drive right in. They can drive in anywhere. But I don't know. We'll find out.
Army wants to do your boat just to use your boat. I'm sure we probably would.
We probably would.
What?
Man, all things considered, this water's pretty clear. Man, look at all the minnows.
It is really clear.
It is. You can actually see the gators.
Apparently, once again, there are alligators in here. But
apparently there are alligators everywhere. I didn't know that.
Well, we're in...
I also didn't expect it to be 80 degrees. Alright, so we're running into a connectivity issue because he's way over there, so we're starting to lose signal.
Just hold the white thing.
So essentially, I'm just going to put this in my lap, and we're going to drive around so we stay closer and have better signal. What do you think about that? There you. I mean, there it is, but man, it's definitely. I'm not yelling at. I'm not saying. Well, it's nothing like a car. I don't know what it is. It's casting a huge shadow, like 40 foot.
It's gotta be that buoy or something to do with it.
It's gotta be something right there, but maybe a big old chunk of concrete. Doesn't look nothing like a vehicle though. Second pond cleared.
Yeah, we just went around the whole thing. I don't know how much footage we have from that. We're kind of driving around the truck.
I mean, that was pretty cool. We just essentially were clearing ponds inside the car. We just drove further back into the woods. There's like 3 ponds back here. We just searched the biggest one, and then here's pond number 2, and then even farther back in the woods there's another pond. We're gonna check all of these really quick, make sure she's not out here. Think you got it? We'll see about that. Now floor it. Okay. He's just bringing the boat in now. I think this is like the 3rd pond we've checked. And the whole thing was like, I think the deepest was 4 feet. So there's no car out here. So we're gonna drive all the way back to the 3rd pond back here in the woods. Make sure she's not out there. Kind of running out of daylight. But that don't mean nothing, because we got tomorrow and the next day and the next. Oh man, I don't know about this one. I don't know about that one.
I mean, we could search over there on the other side, but I don't want to come near all this growth and get stuck.
Yeah, I mean,
we could search over there. I guess the boat ramp's over there.
well, let's go over there and put the boat in and like see what depth we're looking at. Because we might be able to navigate over here a little bit, just in the middle. But if it's 2 feet deep, there's no point.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it. We'll go over there.
Okay. Okay, back here in Fort Stewart, there are 3 ponds. We checked all 3 of them. All 3 of them are clear. Now we're going to head to a park here in Richmond. It has a very long canal-like pond in it. So we're going to scan this whole thing, make sure she's not there. I take that back. We drove by that one spot where the long canal-looking pond is. Very, very like narrow and shallow, and lots of people around, fountains in it. So we decided to come here instead. This would be the only spot she could really have gone in at.
Right here.
Right here. But was it 3 months ago? I don't know how growth works.
Yeah, I think there'd be more signs.
This definitely doesn't look like anybody drove into it. You think all this would be dug out at least?
Yeah, nothing screams. It just doesn't seem like the type of place that it would happen for a car, you know. If there was one, it'd be like an older car from before. But I don't know. Check here.
It really all depends. I mean, if it was suicide,
that's the thing. I mean,
there's no way she would go to a public park during the day.
We just don't know, and it's not.
If it was an accident,
I don't want to speculate because we don't know if it was foul play, suicide, or an accident.
See, the problem is like if it was an accident. I mean, this isn't a spot where for an accident.
It would be like there's ponds like right off the the exit ramps. There's like little ponds.
Yeah, I saw that when we drove by. Like it's possible, but then I don't know. Keep checking. I'm
hesitant for this one.
I want to check the river again. We can do all that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're right back into it on the next day. We're at another pond, and I mean, this one is as good as any. You can very easily drive into this.
It's secluded right off the main road. I guess our tips today is this idea that the police were searching using helicopters this area, right?
Yeah, they, from what I've heard, you know, they searched this stretch with a helicopter, seeing if maybe her car was abandoned somewhere on this stretch. So we'll check the waterways on that stretch and see if we come up with anything.
I mean, we know certain information, but maybe know that they know something that we didn't.
I know they're keeping stuff. So they're keeping it a secret. But
all we can do is keep checking.
Let's get your little orange toy out and see what we can do with it.
Yeah.
All right, how are we doing this?
Straight, somehow. I don't know, somehow.
You look at this massive controller he's got for this boat. He went all out on this thing. I mean, technically, this boat should be able to fly with all of these on it, but luckily we only use these. Maybe a switch, but still, maybe someday. That thing is super sensitive. You're up. Don't break your toy. All right, this water's clear. It was like 4 feet deep. No way there's a vehicle out here, but we checked the whole thing anyways. So now we're gonna go to the next one. So there's lots of these bodies of water that we're not showing on camera because we're clearing a lot of them fairly fast. But there's also a lot of them that we can just look at and tell you there's not a car in it. I mean, for instance, you can look at this one right here, and I mean, if a car went off in here in the last few months, there'd be damage. You know, trees would be knocked down and stuff. So I don't think now. Probably is, but like, I don't see a car going in right here.
No.
But I mean, that little dirt road on that side, they could. But I also don't know how it could be 2 feet deep.
It looks so shallow. I mean, maybe right here. I don't want to rule out the dam, but this kind of doesn't seem. If it was, you know, suicidal, I don't think this would be the place.
Yeah, and if it was an accident, she wouldn't be over there in her little car.
It doesn't really make sense. I think we can rule this one out. We can always come back if we run out of other places, but
yeah, we'll put questions.
Houses right there. Somebody will probably see something.
That's what you'd like to think. I mean, this is during the day.
Yeah.
So I got to keep thinking back. Like, where could she have gone where nobody would have seen? Nobody would have seen what happened. And we're assuming she's still in the area.
Right.
Like, she somehow could have just got on the highway and just kept going, went somewhere.
She very well could have.
But let's go to the next spot.
All
right, so we've come across a few boat ramps we're going to check out real quick. So we got the new boat in the water now. My new boat. Super excited. Love this thing. And the wind is like ripping and there's lots of wakes and it's tide. And Adam's nervous. But he need not worry. This thing is unsinkable.
That's what they said about the Titanic.
Exactly. It's all a conspiracy. It never sank. Are you ready? Are you nervous?
I don't know about going too far out in there, but
oh, I'm going out to the nastiest spots.
The car could drift away. I mean, these tide situations are really tricky with vehicles, I feel like. It could be one way or it could be the other way.
Yeah. Let's find out. No, I mean, as long as you got you got it as this came by, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we scanned, there's the boat ramp we're at, and we went down that way to scan really good. Saw something. After a few passes, we're thinking it's a boat. You can see it right there. I'll put it up on the screen right now. But after a few passes, definitely looks like a boat. You can see a tire was down there too. So, but it's way deep enough. So we're gonna go that way now because this is tide controlled. So depending on if a car went in here, depending on the time of day, depends on when the tide's going, you know? So they get it. We're gonna keep searching that way. Now remember guys, when you watch these videos and you think they never find anything, why do they keep posting these videos? There is a reason we post these videos regardless if we struck out or not, and that is because there is more search teams out there than just me and Adam. And you know, believe it or not, they watch our videos and we watch their videos so we can figure out where people have searched and where they haven't, and so we can continue the search. So that's why these videos are posted. So even though they are painfully boring and probably not as exciting as to watch as others, I really am glad you guys made it to this point in the video, because that means you are a true supporter of this channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But we are out of here. We've exhausted the day. I think we broke the little boat. I think it just needs a battery, but even still. We got ran off by some park guys, but even still, the search does continue. We're not giving up. We're running out of places to search around Richmond, so by all means, if you guys know of any other places to search around this area, let us know. But other than that, like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys on the next video.